It started as a simple 911 call about 3 young people being drunk in public outside the San Carlos Rec Center around 7 a.m. on a Sunday in August 2017.
Come here. Yes, you. Come here.
One man turned around and punched Officer Timothy Romberger in the arm, according to an internal affairs investigation. The call ended with one young man getting a bloody lip from having his face smashed into a police vehicle.
Oh, sorry. Stay on my car. Are you sorry?
And the other in the back of a police car covered in pepper spray. At one point, Officer Romberger grabbed the young man by the neck, a violation of department policy.
Stand still. Stand still.
Why are you choking me?
This video was made public because of a new state law aimed at shining a light on police misconduct records. California's transparency laws used to be a black hole.
Historically, California is one of the least transparent states on records about law enforcement operations, investigations, misconduct, and use of force.
That's David Loy, legal director with the First Amendment Coalition. He says the new state law is trying to change that. Under Senate Bill 16, California police agencies are required to publish records on several categories of police misconduct. They include violations like discrimination and excessive force. But the law only makes public records when officers did something wrong. Loy says that despite the progress, California still lags behind other states when it comes to transparency.
It still has a long way to go to rise to the standard of other states that are much more transparent and accountable as to law enforcement.
The San Diego Police Department released records for 93 cases, but 1/3 of them do not contain disciplinary records. Romberger's case is a good example of that. Despite having 10 violations during that one interaction, there is no record of him being disciplined.
What's your beef, man?
Bro, can you please get off of my... Bro, I'm not even doing anything.
Investigators say Romberger grabbed the young man by the neck and threw him to the ground, even though he was handcuffed and not resisting. Then, when he was sitting in the back of a patrol car, Romberger doused him with pepper spray from a distance of 12 to 18 inches, double the recommended distance of 3 feet.
Don't kick my seat.
Romberger also didn't offer medical attention. Romberger stayed in the force until 2019, when he was arrested for felony assault. Romberger could not be reached for comment. His attorney told police investigators that Romberger had been going through a turbulent personal situation with his wife and mother of his child, which may have contributed to his state of mind at the time.
Sit there.
San Diego Police Captain Jeff Jordan oversees the records department. He wouldn't do an interview. He says the department only keeps disciplinary records for 3 years after an officer leaves the force. Romberger left the SDPD 3.5 years ago.
I think a general conception is police just kind of try and whitewash things. But
retired La Mesa Police Captain Dan Willows says SB 16 is a good thing. Transparency helps build trust.
But that's not in our best interest to have a cop out there doing bad stuff, right? Either in the community or within the own agency. That's a cancer.
Willis now runs wellness training sessions for various police departments. He says officers don't know how to cope with the stress and trauma of police work, which leads them to be more impulsive and aggressive.
Because if officers aren't resilient, they are not well in heart, mind, body, and spirit, they're not going to be professional, good, effective officers. The community is going to be less safe.
Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.